This is the story of writing for December 7th, 2024. On this day in 1941, a Japanese naval strike force attacked the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Nearly 2,500 Americans were killed, 20 U.S. naval ships and more than 300 planes were damaged or destroyed. The next day, the U.S. declared war on Japan. It is the birthday of the novelist who wrote, "Our tree became the talking tree of the fairy tale. Legends and stories nestled like birds in its branches." American writer Willa Cather was born on this day in 1873. While she was a student at University of Nebraska, Lincoln, she began writing for the school newspaper. It led to a job as editor of McClure's magazine in New York City. In her descriptive writing about the Nebraska prairie, Cather made the frontier landscape come alive, as if it were another character in her stories. By creating such a clear sense of place, Cather led her readers through feelings of exile and nostalgia. For her World War I novel, One of Ours, Cather was awarded the Pulitzer Prize in 1923. It appears that for the last 40 years of her life, Cather was in a loving relationship with Edith Lewis, a woman that inspired some of Cather's writing on a range of topics. And it is the birthday of the musician who sang, "When you comin' home, Dad? I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then." American singer-songwriter and activist Harry Chapin was born on this day in 1942. Best known for his story songs of the 1970s, like Cats in the Cradle and Taxi, Chapin was also a philanthropist. His main focus was fighting hunger, which he said was an insult to America. Chapin established or co-founded several organizations that help feed those facing food insecurity. It is estimated that half his concerts were benefits that helped fund Why Hunger and the other organizations he helped create. One of them, Long Island Cares, now provides 10 million pounds of food and supplies each year to those in need across Long Island. Today's reading is from My Antonia, written by Willa Cather and published in 1918. She still had that something which fires the imagination, could still stop one's breath for a moment by a look or gesture that somehow revealed the meaning in common things. She had only to stand in the orchard, to put her hand on a little crab tree and look up at the apples, to make you feel the goodness of planting and tending and harvesting at last. All the strong things of her heart came out in her body that had been so tireless in serving generous emotions. It was no wonder that her sons stood tall and straight. She was a rich mine of life, like the founders of early races. And that is the story of writing for December 7th. Thanks for listening.